Hey everyone, welcome to episode 11 of Socially Hawkward. My name is Coons, and with me are Jason.
Hello.
And Jeffrey.
Hey.
We are a hockey podcast, but today we're going to be starting with a little bit of baseball news. A little bit of Chicago baseball, and then one huge contract that was signed. Chicago Cubs decided to send Ian Happ to AAA to start the season. They sent him down. I kind of agree with that.
Don't draft him.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Don't draft Ian Happ in your fantasy baseball leagues.
Yeah, he would have been a late round pick.
Yeah,
right?
could have been a sleeper. I mean, he still could be. He's starting the year down there.
It's done.
No, not being drafted.
He sealed his fate.
Yeah.
Did he do that bad?
I mean, he has like a .230 batting average and strikes out all the time, so
1930 is not the worst ever, right?
it's pretty terrible.
Pretty much what he did all season last year.
Yeah, that's why he's down there.
I was just having a terrible spring training.
Probably that too. Honestly, I don't know about that, but the White Sox decided to extend Eloy Jimenez.
I even saw that.
Hasn't even played an MLB inning, a professional inning, and they gave him a 6-year, $43 million contract.
Is it 43 guaranteed?
Yeah. That's not only a record for someone who's never played, but the White Sox biggest contract.
I don't understand that.
Biggest contract?
I
Yeah.
don't understand it on his part. Like,
Guaranteed.
He
It's the
coulda-
most guaranteed money someone's gotten by not ever playing an inning yet. Like, it's,
I get that, but he's supposed to be like their big. It's like Chris Bryant signing this. Like, he's supposed to be like their big prospect.
This is what Chris Bryant's fighting for. Because
this
they
money,
make.
They didn't give him this money.
If he didn't do this, I think it's his first 3 or 4 years he'd be making $500,000 a year. Which, don't get me wrong, that's a lot of money. But
and then you make $430 million. Like,
He did sign for like 6.
Yeah, he'll be
that's
like-
a long time. He should have done like 2 years.
yeah, I agree with that.
well, they wouldn't obviously.
It would have
the
been
Sox
less.
Wouldn't do that.
But they would have done it, just not that much. They'd sign him for anything. Oh, you want that many years? Okay, done. I mean, good for them. That's
That's
huge for the White
because
Sox.
by the time this contract's over, he's already what 30.
He'll be close to 30. He'll be 28.
The only thing is when his contract's up, he's gonna be like, all right, now he's gonna do like a Blackhawks maybe like, all right, now pay me for what I've done instead of for what I can potentially do. Like, you paid me a lot, yeah, but I was doing very well for that money. Like, you owe me money. Is
Yeah.
what he's
So
gonna
for
do.
baseball, when do players start declining? Usually,
Their prime is 27. 30 is the age
the
where you
peak of
stop
their-
getting those contracts, yeah.
That's why
So-
Bryce Harper, Trout, and Machado all signed at
Yep.
26,
so
27, 28.
his
in that
next
range.
contract, he's gonna want like
A lot of
10
money.
year.
Yeah.
400 mil.
Well, that depends how he does. If he stays off the injured list, if he
That's
plays,
a
if
long gamble.
It is.
6 years
Yes,
is
it
a
is.
long time to gamble.
There's only 2 other players recently that's like signed a contract like that before their rookie contract was up. Scott Kingery is one,
Oh.
and it's still
He's young. He's like 22.
he was supposed to take the league by storm, and he's just
Yeah.
not doing that.
I had him on my fantasy team.
I was gonna
and
say I
week.
don't know who that is.
Yeah, I had him on my fantasy team for like a
Yeah.
week. He's
What team's he on?
there.
I want to say Philly.
Philly or it's a team with the colors of red and white.
Well, I was going to say Philly or Cincinnati, so it's got to be Philly.
It's Philly or, yeah, no, I think it's Philly though. I'm pretty confident in that.
Yeah, and then there was someone else who got it, and he just absolutely did not pan out. So it's risky for the team as well, because so far it's proven not to work.
I mean, that is a lot of money for someone who hasn't played anything. So I
Mhm.
mean, if he
It's
doesn't
just,
do well.
It's crazy for
he did not bet on himself, that's for sure.
yeah. Like in hockey, you see
Those bridge
guys
contracts.
take bridge contracts,
to
but
prove
it's like
themselves.
2-3 years, 3 mil.
I
like,
agree with the years. I think he definitely should have done maybe 3 years for 6 mil
Oh,
or
you
8 mil,
say
whatever
he
it
should have
is.
done less
Yeah,
years. Yeah, I agree with that.
I
but-
don't get why he went 6 years.
That's
Jesus,
a lot. Yeah.
That's a long.
And I didn't
time.
know he's 22 already.
I don't know his age. I'm guessing around
When you
28.
told because I'm pretty sure you told me about this first, Jeffrey.
This?
Yes.
The extension?
Did I not tell you about
what-
it? I told one of you about it. I thought it
Yeah,
was
no,
you.
I'm
Oh.
saying I think you told me about
Oh,
it.
I thought I told
I already knew
Coons.
about it.
I think I mentioned it, and I think you knew.
hmm
Maybe I told both of you about
Or
it.
maybe you told me when we went out the other night. It might have
Could have been.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I definitely.
when we were waiting for karaoke.
I think but I'm pretty sure you said he
Doesn't
was
matter.
going to be 30 by the time it was over.
I think that's I don't
I'll
know.
look
Just-
at it up.
Yeah,
That
please do.
would've been crazy.
Yeah, if he's 30 when this is over, that's an awful
He's
contract. for him.
22 right now.
Yeah, he'll be 28.
So that's not bad. I mean, it's not. He should have taken less years, I think.
Yeah, if
but
he went 4 years,
he still
that
had
would've been fine.
he'll be 28. He'll still, and his birthday's in November. So
He definitely should have did 4 years. He gets to his prime,
26. Yeah,
And then-
26, 27.
sign a huge contract.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it still works the way he did. It's just he should have done less.
we'll see how it plays out.
But
mean-
maybe he's like I said, maybe he doesn't do well.
I mean, he's making millions of dollars.
yeah.
Regardless.
He's
How
just happy.
dare you become a millionaire?
Yeah,
And that brings us to the Mike Trout extension. It's not Chicago sports, but it's
pretty much the same thing as the
it's-
Eloy Jimenez.
yeah, isn't it an all sports record contract?
Free
Like
agent, like
most
yeah, just
12
anything.
years, $430 million.
Isn't
How old
that
is Trout?
Isn't that? I think it's like 28. Isn't that combining with his old contract though? Isn't it like a little weird like that? He signed like a 10-year deal, but he still has 2 more years on his old deal.
So
like they combined it.
Yeah, it's either going to start when his old contract is up or it's going to combine, which I think it's going to
It's
it's an extension, so it's going to start.
But they combined it. Was weird because it's not just a
They
straight up.
bought out 2 years of his contract.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he didn't
okay.
just sign a 12-year deal. He signed a 10. Yeah, it's something weird like
A
that.
12-year starting now. Like,
He's 27, by the way.
He's 27. And what's
ugh,
weird to
he's
say,
not going to be good at the end of that contract.
no, he's not. Neither is Harper Machado,
Oh,
being
yeah,
39 when
They're 26.
yeah, but Harper's got a 13-year
Mookie
contract.
Betts is 26 too.
He'll be a free agent next year.
Apparently, that's on the screen.
Yeah, they're definitely they're doing what NHL was doing for a little bit. How Hosa's still
Yeah.
under
Mhm.
contract, and
What's crazy to
Kovalchuk.
think to see like Harper and Machado got those huge deals. Like in comparison, Trout, I think left money on the table. He
Probably,
could have got
yeah.
more. Like this guy, you called the other two a generational talent.
if he
This
went-
guy's once in a lifetime
if he
He's
went
a
to
step
free
above that.
agency,
Like he would be.
he would have got shit. He probably could have got close to
It's a-
500.
Oh yeah.
It's especially funny too because after Harper signed with Philly, right?
Yeah.
He was saying like, "You better believe I'm gonna try and recruit Trout in 2 years." And
Take
then
that
it was
fine.
like days later, like 2-3 days later, and Trout's like,
Not
Nah,
doing that.
Why?
I'm
I hate it because why the fuck do you want to stay on the Angels?
Yeah, that's the other thing is he got that much money on
"A, shit
terrible
team."
team.
yeah on a smaller market team too. If he went to the Yankees
Really?
or
LA's a
Boston,
small market
Los
team?
Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So
Oh,
it's
true.
not
yeah.
LA
I always forget
Dodgers.
about that. I do forget about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking like Chicago, like
Mhm.
two
They
teams
should
kind of
really
thing.
just go Anaheim Angels.
I
don't know
agree.
Yeah,
why they-
it's so too confusing. It's
Yeah.
weird as can be.
it's like a slap in the face to the city.
Right.
Like, why do you want?
Which
you're
one,
gonna
LA
be
or
in-
Anaheim?
No, you're gonna be in Anaheim and name yourself after LA. Like,
LA's probably
fuck
like,
you.
we don't want to be associated
Oh,
with
yeah,
you. And
what's this
Anaheim's
about?
like, what? We're not doing enough?
Yeah.
How dare you?
They
But
should 100% change the name to Anaheim Angels.
I mean, I don't think anything
sounds
lower
good,
of the
too.
Ducks. I don't think the lowly of the Ducks for being Anaheim.
but yeah, there's
yeah,
some
are they gonna be the LA Ducks of Anaheim? Like,
no.
That's so
That's
weird.
stupid.
I honestly didn't even. I mean, I knew that in the back of my head, but yeah, that's a thing. Wow.
But there's some what were those? There's some crazy stats on the Mike Trout contract.
oh, it's just comparing his contract and honestly his contract and a few other MLB players to actual NHL team. What actual
Earnings.
NHL teams are worth?
Oh, worth. That's right. It connects to hockey.
So Mike Trout is making $426.5 million. And,
That's
and
over.
this is all.
to
This
be
is his,
fair,
yeah.
that's
this is
over
his whole
12
contract,
years or 13 years. Or whatever.
but still crazy.
yeah,
The Predators right now are valued at $425 million. So he's
so that's if they sell a team. I mean, honestly,
I'll say the Predators are going to go up and up and up.
I will say, though-
that's low for the Predators.
because so if you think about it, though, so like, that is low for especially for a team like that. But so Mike Trout is over the course of 12 years,
Yep.
400 whatever mil. The Predators are if they sell right now. That's ideally what they would make.
That's basically 1 year.
Is that how you look at it?
That's how I look
Is that
at
like
it. It's
what-
like 1 year.
I was gonna say, so is Trout worth?
So the Predators are worth 12 Trouts.
I don't know.
That's how I see it.
I was almost thinking the opposite.
No.
Because if you, I guess that makes sense.
That's what they're worth now. That's going to go up.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
The Hurricanes somehow are worth $420 million. I feel like that's high for the Hurricanes to be that close to the Predators.
Yeah, are the Hurricanes higher or the Predators just low?
I think both.
I think it's mainly Predators low.
I think the Predators.
Because isn't Arizona on that list too?
Oh, Arizona's
Like
last.
here,
on the list.
name all the hockey because
Okay.
it doesn't show all the hockey teams, right? It only shows like
No,
five or
just
so.
the one that he's.
Exactly. So
worth
name
more
all the
than.
hockey teams really quick.
Okay, so we got the Hurricanes at $420 million. Then you got the Jets at $415 million.
Okay.
The Sabres at $375 million.
Okay.
Then the Blue Jackets at $320.
Okay.
Panthers at $295,
That
and
sounds
Coyotes at $290.
And then whatchamajit was in there as well.
Well, you have
Nashville's in there.
oh Nashville, yeah.
Colorado was in there too, right? Or was he?
Colorado's above.
Well,
Mike
let's
Trout.
name all the teams. I'm just curious about this price.
Colorado's
range.
the only other person. Only other team.
I feel like with those teams said, I feel like Nashville, Winnipeg, and probably Colorado are all underperforming, honestly. To be mentioned with Arizona,
I'd say
Carolina.
Nashville, Winnipeg, Buffalo.
I don't know.
are probably
Buffalo's
underperforming.
the third team in New York. And it's not
But
it's
they have
Buffalo.
a crazy fan base, though. I feel like they could be doing
You can
way
say
better.
that about any team that has a crazy
No.
fan base.
No, you can't say that about Florida.
Yeah,
You can't say that about Arizona.
You can say most teams have a crazy fan base. But I really feel like mainly Winnipeg and Colorado and brain fart. What was the other team? Jesus.
Nashville.
Nashville. Thank you. Like I feel like they're really underperforming. To be mentioned with Arizona and Florida, you gotta be doing something wrong. No offense to those teams. Like, I like both those teams. I'm a fan of both those teams, honestly.
I'm kind of surprised Columbus is that low, too.
No, that doesn't surprise me.
I thought they'd be a
Ohio.
little bit higher.
Columbus. No.
They're like the Minnesota of
Look at every other
the
team,
East.
like major sports team in Ohio. How well do they do? Now that LeBron's gone, Cavaliers probably aren't worth them. I mean, they probably are, but they shouldn't be anymore.
I mean, the Blue Jackets are probably
Browns.
the best of them.
The Browns, really? And
I mean,
they've been doing
The
football
Cavaliers
knowledge.
are.
What was that?
I need
We're a
football
good team.
knowledge.
Okay.
Didn't the Browns actually do well last year, or like weren't they like almost in the playoffs or something?
They did better than expected. They're
Like, weren't they almost like a Cinderella playoff story?
no,
No,
No.
Not even in the beginning there. Didn't they win like 5 in a row or something stupid?
no. They were beating teams they shouldn't, but their record wasn't
But
that
they
great.
never even got close to the playoffs.
No.
Well, then never mind.
Weren't they like
But still, like
5-11?
I don't know their exact record. I can
they were
look it up.
probably projected to go 0-16.
Yeah, they were supposed to be the worst team in the league, and they
which
were
is no surprise.
middle of the pack, maybe.
But that's what I'm saying. Cleveland. What?
They got the Cavaliers. They got the Cincinnati. Oh, Cincinnati's and they got
That
Cincinnati
can't be
Bengals
right.
too. So
Do they have 2 football teams?
they have 2 football teams. Jesus
Who?
Ohio?
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
and they're both terrible.
I never really made that connection. I
Well,
guess.
they shouldn't have, but they do.
They have
the
2
Reds.
football. You think about major sports. This is actually one topic I wasn't even going to mention today. I was actually going to save this because it's just a
For
BS
the
topic.
offseason?
Yeah, 100%. If the NHL, if you take out Seattle pretty much, and they had to put a team in a city that already had a team, what would be the next city in line?
For hockey?
Yeah, for hockey, sorry.
I mean, I think you have to. Well, it wouldn't be city. It would be state.
Does it, though?
Well, yeah, because if you're counting Cincinnati and Cleveland,
I'll allow same state,
And
but
then
I mean,
talking
state
about
or city is still possible.
California
Like New
has
York,
3
New York,
teams.
Chicago has 2 in baseball. That's what I'm.
I'd say Wisconsin probably
They don't
deserves
have
a hockey team.
I'm saying they have to have a team.
Oh,
already.
have a team. Okay,
This
I
would be their second
misunderstood.
team in the same state, but preferably in the same city.
Okay.
it'd probably be honestly.
See, I don't want to do same state because Texas has. See, that's why I'm trying to focus same city. Because Texas has how many teams? 3.
They have a bunch of teams in basketball.
Yeah,
have
in
3 teams in
baseball they
basketball.
have a ton. They have 3 teams in almost every sport except hockey. And then even in hockey, California has 3. So that's why I'm trying to mainly stick same city. I was pretty much just leaning to the fact that
I mean,
would it be that
there'd
insane if Chicago
You
got a
could either
second
do
team
Chicago
down the
or
line?
LA then.
I
You
mean,
think LA though? Because that would be 4 teams in.
Well, you said
California.
don't count state.
No,
So
but I mean you have to take that into
you're-
consideration though. Like when you're adding this team, you know what I mean?
you-
Unless
it'd
you're
be
you're
Montreal.
moving San Jose
It'd be
or
Quebec.
Anaheim, which I just moved Anaheim to LA.
It would be Quebec.
Quebec? Would that be Montreal then, like you
Yeah.
said? So you think Montreal would have 2 teams?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Or you
It's
could
gotta
do
be.
Toronto.
yeah.
So you think it'd be a Canadian team?
I don't think it would be. I think those would be the easiest to get a second team into.
I really don't think Chicago would, just because
would-
it would be another White Sox where they wouldn't be a big enough fan
They weren't-
base.
Where
Weren't they-
everyone says they're fans but don't support the team in any way at all. Those ones.
Yeah.
Weren't
I don't
the
want to
Sox
agree with
and
you, but
Cubs-
yeah.
Weren't the Sox and Cubs created almost at the same time, or were the Cubs a little bit sooner?
Cubs were created before.
By like a couple
Yeah.
of years though, right? Nothing like
it wasn't
crazy.
nothing. Yeah.
Because I know the Sox were around in like
No, they
1908
weren't
and
called-
whatnot, weren't they? When
they weren't called the Sox and the Cubs. At the
No,
time.
they were
no,
completely different.
no, I'm
but-
talking about like Sox.
I know what you
Cubs,
mean, yeah. And they were different leagues.
See, no, I'm not the like MLB, Sox, Cubs. Basically what I want to talk about later on. Not gonna go into details today, but like if Chicago got a second team, how crazy
ever
that
be
would be.
successful?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, do you see that ever being a potential? And like, would you root for it? Don't have to answer anything. I'm just saying that's one thing I want to talk about at a later time. I think that'd be interesting.
There's 1919 there with the Black Sox.
That's not. Yep, there you go. That's good movie too. That one movie that I forget the name of.
It's probably called the Blacks.
I don't think it was. I know. I really don't think it was.
No, it's not.
Moving back to actual hockey.
More than 500 players took part in the poll.
Doesn't seem like that much.
I feel like that's a lot.
I do too.
Well, I
And
mean, you got
who's-
20. What's an active roster? 21, 22, 21. That sounds right. 22. Yeah, maybe 21. I don't know.
I wanted to start at the end and work our way to the beginning.
I know. I will say really quick. I didn't read it, but there are a couple things I did see, like small things. Like I know McDavid won a shit ton, which is not surprising though. It's probably obvious shit,
Well-
like fastest skater, best player.
The first one that I
I know
completely
the
disagree with is they asked, would you be in favor of a regular season game featuring nicknames on jerseys?
No, it's retarded, and they want to do it for some reason.
66% said yes.
Their nicknames are terrible.
I just don't. I don't like it in baseball. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, baseball just did that.
Hey, Kane, what's your nickname? Kaner.
It doesn't do anything for me. I don't
No,
understand. I mean, if
I've-
they're having fun with it, fine. Like it doesn't affect me in any way.
Yeah.
I'll never get a jersey that has their nickname on it.
I don't know. I might honestly not.
Would you?
Well, no, not. I would say might honestly not watch that game.
Oh, that would motivate you not to watch.
Yeah, I mean, what definitely wouldn't motivate me to watch it.
Yeah. Like
Best case scenario, I just watched the game that I was already planning on watching.
Mhm.
Worst case scenario, I consider not watching it.
Hmm.
I just don't want it. I don't care. Number one, they're not creative with nicknames. Number two, I don't care about nicknames.
yeah. I mean,
Right,
that
you
seems
pretty much just add a Y to anyone's name.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying. A Y or an R, and that's your nickname. But I just, in general, nicknames like sure, like that's the one thing I tell. Like,
It'd be cool to have a Taze Captain Serious jersey though,
sure,
but it'd probably be Taser on the back of the
probably.
jersey. You know, like.
But the one thing I every once in a while find interesting is when they name lines. You know, when they come up with
Yeah.
a nickname for a whole line.
But they barely do that anymore.
Yeah, and it's usually generic too. They don't get creative. But yeah, I don't care.
Well, moving on. The next question on here was, who would make the best TV analyst once they retire? And I want guesses for this one.
who would make a
You
good
each
TV?
get not even guesses, just like who do you think would be?
Oh, you don't
What-
want me to
what's
guess
your-
the answer?
No,
Oh,
I want you. I
it
want
might
your
be
opinion.
the same answer though.
I want your opinion. What would you? Who do you think
now
would
I
make
need
the
to
best
think.
TV analyst once they retire?
Can't be anyone like Taze. Well, I mean, TV analysts though, they need it. Honestly, this is gonna be sound.
Their answers are very personality driven.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was actually gonna see. gonna sound stupid. So I'm gonna pick a Blackhawks player. Just because I know they're like really
Seabrook?
into. No, I know they're really into hockey and like they actually know a lot.
You could feel free to name them.
Well, I would go with Kane. I think he'd actually be really good. Like he remembers a lot of stuff and he like analyzes stuff and
I don't know. I think
he's
I don't
a
know
huge fan.
Yeah,
He really is. He
Oh.
watches a lot of hockey.
I guess. I'm trying to think of a personality.
And like lately, like I'll see him, like you'll see him do like videos with during the All-Star game. I think he did like little kid reporter comes and asks him questions. Like Kane entertained the fuck out of him. Like he did a good job. Like,
it would take him some time to get comfortable.
yeah, he would have to. He wouldn't be a natural at it for sure, but give him I think Sharp's a great one.
I was just gonna
Sharp's,
say,
Yeah.
I
he's
think
got
Sharp could be
everything.
great, but it's gonna take him a little bit.
I guess when Sharp played for the Hawks, still like him and Kane used to just talk about hockey nonstop. Like both of them just watched it all the time, even like obviously when they're not playing. You would think like players like they wouldn't watch it that much because they're always playing it and like they're
Right.
But
all right, Coons, who
yeah.
do you got? You got anyone?
Fine.
For some reason, I keep wanting to go to like Subban or Ovi.
Well, Subban was the number one.
Was he?
I would like Ovi.
He only got 10% of the vote, though.
I was
So it wasn't like a
very
overall.
No.
confident Subban would
No
be
dominant.
the answer.
I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised Marchand isn't on here. I feel like Marchand has the.
Well, it's a
He
player's
probably
versus,
rubs
right?
people the wrong
Yeah.
way.
But Keith Yandel was 2, and then Ryan Reeves was 3, and I could see Ryan Reeves.
Nah, probably.
He don't listen to Spit and Chicklets. He was on Spit and
No.
Chicklets, and
I know
he's
he
good
was
on there.
on it. Yeah, that doesn't surprise
The
me.
next 2 are connected. You got best and worst trash talker.
Yeah, I know that
And-
one obviously.
Did you see who?
No, I didn't see that one.
Who do you think?
Is the
One
best
person got both.
best and worst trash
Best
talker?
and worst. Yep,
Would that be Marchand?
that was Marchand. And he actually came out saying, like, he tweeted saying that, like, he was winning an award. Like, I'd like to thank this person.
It's not surprising.
My other guess would have been probably Shaw. I bet you he's kind of a trash
No,
talker.
actually, number 2
Drew Doughty
was a weird
for
one.
best.
Number
Oh,
2.
really?
There was who was a weird one on that list. There was a weird person.
Nick
on that.
Cousins.
Yeah, a
He
Philly
was
guy
on. He was on both.
he's not necessarily nobody, but I think he's a bottom six guy right now, and he's a
What
prospect.
did you say?
He's not necessarily nobody. He's like a bottom six guy.
Oh,
in
I thought you
Philly.
said he's on Philly. He's on Arizona.
Oh, was he not on Philly at one point?
He could have been. I don't know.
I swear he was on Philly.
Subban was up there for worst trash talkers, and
So is
was
Wor-
Antoine Roussel.
Best as in you know you're funny, and worst as in you don't know how to do it.
I think best is in you could be seen as funny, but it's creative.
Mhm.
That's how I see it.
That's what I was thinking
Worst
too.
is like you're an asshole.
It was
Yeah, worse is just like
being mean.
you're not you're not creative in any way.
No.
You're just saying the same thing to everyone.
How do you trash talk when you're in Arizona?
I mean, they're almost close to the playoff spot.
How?
I don't know how, but you can.
All right, let's get
Yeah,
into.
he was on Philly. I want to point out he was on Philly
Okay,
for a few years.
this is the one I want to discuss. The most underrated player.
I didn't see this one. I can tell you I know
Well,
the
okay.
answer.
Who do you think is the most underrated player?
I'll give you a hint. It was an underrated player for the last 5 years.
It was probably top 2 for the last
Are you saying underrated like they're doing well but nobody expected it,
The
or like
players voted that he's the most underrated player. That's all you know. That they didn't. I'm at least I could be wrong. I don't think they really get into details.
They don't go into
They
depth at
they
all.
go to a player and be like, "Who do you think's the most underrated player in hockey?" And then they give a name.
I gotta say
You're not gonna do it.
no, probably not.
Well, if we do, we want to do a
I-
conference and start narrowing
I
it
would
down?
think he could get number 2.
I don't know who number 2 would be.
Well, I'm just going based on personal, like what I know, and I would say Kucherov just because I never heard of him really until.
No.
And he's got 100 and how many points?
He's not underrated.
I didn't expect it. Underrated as in like that's not what I expected.
Would you want? I'm 90% sure I know who it is.
I don't think that's that far fetched.
I think it's far fetched.
What?
It's
what-
Barkov. It's gotta be Barkov.
Barkov is number 1.
It's always.
Oh
Barkov.
yeah.
It's always.
Oh yeah,
Barkov.
definitely.
Who was number 2?
I don't know.
It was-
I was not expecting this.
He was the Barkov before Barkov. It's been this player for years and years and years. He's probably been in the league for 11 years, and he's been the most underrated player.
I know
for
it.
probably
I just
9 of those years.
What position?
What's a forward?
Center.
Malkin?
No. Oh, that.
Same conference.
Yeah, it's
Same,
Washington. It's
division.
Washington. What's his name?
Kuznetsov?
Backstrom.
Backstrom.
Jesus.
Kuznetsov is on there though. He
Yeah.
got 4th.
Yeah, Backstrom
But
was
Backstrom.
He was the.
Backstrom's been the most underrated
That's
player for
true.
the past 10 years.
Yes, he
it's
has.
stupid.
Barkov's
You're not
been-
underrated anymore. If
Same
you're
thing with
underrated for
Barkov.
10 years in a row, you're not underrated.
It's the same thing with Barkov though.
If Barkov's the same way now. He's to that
a
point
good
where
fucking player. We
where
know.
it's been 4 seasons in a row where he's gotten 1st or 2nd. Like you're not the most underrated player.
You can't use this for Barkov. You can't use it for Backstrom because he's on Washington.
I
but
think there's.
Is it because he's in Florida? Is that why?
I guess
No one is it like fans don't realize it because he's in Florida? He's a good
It's
player.
the whole thing where NHL doesn't know how to market their players. They only know how to market their teams.
He's very good.
That's
I
true.
liked him a lot. I don't know how old he is. He's young.
But
He's like 26?
I think
He's
Younger?
like 23, I think.
number 3 was Braden Point, and you said 4 was Kuznetsov,
Yeah.
23.
and Rantanen was number 5. I think Point should be 1, Rantanen 2, easy. Like that.
I mean,
that's
I could
more
see
realistic.
why
I think-
people would say underrated, but he shouldn't be.
Who?
I think Rantanen should be number 1.
Point only his 2nd good year.
But he's on a line with Kucherov, isn't he?
I don't know if they're.
I would
online.
say the reason I would think Rantanen over Point would be because Rantanen is playing with Landeskog McKinnon.
No, I definitely think Rantanen deserves to be on there.
I just think
and
because
Point.
he's.
I could even see Kuznetsov up there.
I think.
But Backstrom and Barkov can go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
They're not underrated.
I think
in any way.
Rantanen, because he's playing with McKinnon and Landeskog, it's like, has he produced without them? Like, he did a decent last year, but he wasn't doing anything crazy, you know? Like, take him off that line. What does he do?
I don't know.
I mean, you
you'll
can say
you'll
that
never
about a
know
lot of
because
people.
they'll
Right.
never.
You'll never lose one of those 3. If anything, you're
It's
probably
not those
getting
3.
rid
It's
of
just him and McKinnon. That's the
Yeah.
only. That's what it is.
It's McKinnon, or it's just McKinnon with anyone.
Let's see what we got next.
I don't know, but McKinnon let me down this week.
No, this one's obvious.
fan
Best
of
shot.
It's Ovi, obviously.
Can you name
No.
2 more?
Probably not.
2 more.
You could feasibly get all of these players.
Probably.
But
Lonnie might be on there.
Lonnie's
but
number
he
3.
Probably shouldn't be right now.
I don't think he should be. But they
a little
clearly
too
took this
soon.
early in the year.
Yeah. Took this like week 1, or when he got hot for that.
I'm
Best shot
honestly
is-
kind of surprised about number 2.
Wait,
A
Lonnie's
little bit.
3?
Lonnie's 3.
Is it a defenseman like Slapshot, or is it like?
There's 1 defenseman on there. I'll say that.
Is Kane up there?
Kane's not up there. Kane's known as more of a passer.
Yeah,
anyways.
but his shot is still.
if
I
it was
mean-
best backhand, Kane
Yeah,
would be
okay.
one.
Crosby, or no, McDavid's obviously up there somewhere.
McDavid's not up there.
No Crosby.
No Crosby.
I don't know what the top couple. Taves could I mean, he has a good
It's
shot, but he
people
won't be
known
up
for
there.
shooting for sure.
Satan maybe or Ben.
No, there's
No.
one Tampa Bay
They're
player on
both
there.
good. Oh, it's Stamkos, duh. Yeah, he was.
Stamkos is 5.
Before his injury, he was definitely.
one
known as a
Toronto
straight
player.
shooter.
This is probably a stupid guess, but is Panarin up there?
No.
Panarin's again known for more passing than anything.
There's one
playmaking.
Toronto player. I want to get in one. It could be 2. No, Tavares is more.
I'll say the last 2 guys are on Canadian teams.
Including the Toronto guy.
Yeah, those are the last 2.
And we haven't got number 2 yet.
Right.
It's gotta be Matthews. He has a great
Matthews
shot.
is 4. You haven't got number 2
It's
still.
a guy from Winnipeg. It's Wheeler.
It's not a guy from Winnipeg.
Calgary.
It's not a guy from Calgary.
It's not Ottawa.
It's not Ottawa.
I don't think it's Mon.
You're correct. It's not Ottawa.
Yeah, what do I win? How many?
It's Montreal.
It is Montreal. Oh, it's Weber.
Weber.
Yeah, I forgot you
It's
said it.
pretty
was
good for a guy who
defenseman.
hasn't played in a year, huh?
He played most of the year.
No, he hasn't.
He played
He
some of the
missed
year.
half of last year, like the end of last year, and
Yeah.
the entire first half of this
Yeah,
year.
it's true. He did.
That is kind of crazy that he's getting votes. Even
And
if
if
He's
it's-
a good
Weber's
player.
get-
He's
if-
doing well.
If Weber's getting votes,
He's doing
I feel
well.
like Chara should have some votes then.
I was thinking about guessing Chara, but he's I don't know, he's too old now.
didn't he just sign?
For Weber to be,
don't-
oh yeah, Chara actually did just sign
did
a
he?
Yeah.
1-year deal, $2 mil,
Mm.
just under, or no, it's $2 mil, and then he has a bonuses to where he could get another.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a great signing. You keep him as long
He's
as you
gonna
can
keep
for that
getting
price.
$1 million contract, so he doesn't want to play anymore.
Yeah. You mean 1 year?
Yeah, that's what I said.
I thought you said
Oh,
$1
I did say
You said
$1 million.
$1 million.
1 year contract still. He doesn't want to play anymore.
Uh-huh.
Best goalie. Who's the best goalie?
Price. It's always
Price.
Unfortunately, it
is
was
Price,
Price.
yeah.
It's always it's like Barkov and
I don't-
Backstrom.
I
It's
don't
always
understand
Price.
That
Has he won a Stanley Cup yet? No.
No.
When was the last time he won a fucking playoff
okay.
series?
Who's 2, 3?
That's the last he might actually be up there.
2 and 3 are separated by 0.2%.
Is
it
Lundqvist up
Vasilevsky?
there?
Vasilevsky is one of them. Lundqvist is not on there.
No.
Is Vasilevsky 2 or
Vasilevsky
3?
is 3.
Oh,
He's got
It's always 2 that we can't get.
17.1% of the
oh,
vote.
it's not. No, it can't be Luongo. He sucks. No, he doesn't suck. He's not good though. It's not Crawford, obviously.
It's not Crawford.
It's not Bob.
Bob is 5.
It's not Hellebuck.
Feel free to throw some
It's
guesses
not
out there, kids.
Calgary.
I keep thinking like
It's
Rask.
not Martin Jones. It could potentially
It's
be
not
Rask.
Rask.
It might be. How's Dubnyk doing this year?
No.
You guys are missing like one.
I know. I'm
Is it
drawing
Quick?
a blank
Is
right
Quick
now.
on there?
I'm
You're missing my favorite.
Your favorite? Who's your favorite goalie?
My favorite, like non-Hawk, I guess. And
favorite goalie. I don't know who your favorite goalie is.
embarrassed.
and what's
Ranta?
weird is like he wouldn't be my
No.
favorite. He definitely would not be anywhere near my favorite. Like, what, 2 years ago?
Oh God.
I'm having trouble thinking of
Me
teams
too.
right now.
I can't think
the
of.
one I'm talking
Ah.
about. He's 4, so I'm just gonna name him.
Let me look at teams real quick.
Flurry is the one I was
Yeah,
talking
I would have
about.
got it if you let me look at teams.
No, not me. I'm drawing a blank
Well,
right
you
now.
still haven't gotten number 2.
Let me look at teams.
Yeah, and you also haven't said Holtby, which is crazy.
It's not Holtby.
I thought Holtby, but
He's,
he's not. He's,
he's had a bad like
he
year
won the
too.
cup last year, though.
He did?
I thought he would get a bump for that.
No, I don't think so. Rene, done.
Yeah, it's Rene.
Case closed.
That makes sense.
Look at my phone for 2 seconds.
All right.
So
we're
you
gonna
cheated.
Go, we're gonna go.
I'm gonna look at goalies.
We're gonna see.
We're doing rapid fire. How
We're
many?
doing top 5. Wait, no. You don't get to talk. We're doing top 5 best defensemen.
Oh,
We're gonna see who can get more right.
Uh,
Coon's gonna go first for sure.
but
One
And,
thing-
and he gets to go twice.
it's nothing related. It's not. I'm not gonna guess right now. I'm just curious though. You should have done. Said how many categories there are and been like, how many did McDavid win? Probably like.
I'm saving all the McDavid ones for last.
all right, hold on.
Oh, no, I don't know
Best-
any of them.
No,
I
it's
don't-
best defenseman, voted by the players.
Yeah, that's what I said.
We're gonna go. Coons gets the handicap, obviously.
Mm.
He gets to vote twice or pick twice, and then
Just
you'll
for his
go up and
first
back.
or every time?
You don't have to just for his first.
Yeah.
You don't have to go in order.
If you get one right, do you get to keep going?
No.
What if I call out number 1? What if I call out their order? Do I get bonus points?
You get. Honestly,
Honorable mention.
I feel like if I let you do that, you could get. I feel like you could get the top 4.
Oh, 4? I'm only saying 3. Maybe. I just...
Well, it's top 5.
yeah, I know.
I feel like you could get the top 4 without like missing one.
Oh, I'll miss the 4.
All right, we're starting with you, Coons. Who you got?
My best defenseman,
Not your best defenseman, the player's best.
who I
defenseman.
think is okay. So is it best defensive defenseman or just
It's
the?
best
We went over
defenseman.
this.
I was asking. Jason's got
I
the
told
poll.
you what he
who
said.
the players believe are the best defensemen.
Listen.
I'm gonna go with one of the most popular, Brent Burns.
Ooh, he's number
Burns is
2.
on there. He's number 3.
3.
Oh, no, he is number 3. I had
That's
him at
one.
number 3.
That's one.
I had him at number 3.
Continue.
Best defenseman this year.
Hang on, I forgot my answer. Oh, I got it now.
No,
it's...
it doesn't. They don't.
Just
specify.
an
You're asking
overall.
too many
They don't
questions.
specify.
I need. I'm gonna say Jalmerson if you don't give me specifics, but that's not my
Say
guess. I'm just saying.
Hjalmarsson,
It's an
please.
example.
That counts, right?
No.
I'll let that one slide.
Wait, so are you confirming yes or no on Jalmerson?
Jalmerson is not on there.
That's a guess then.
No, it's not. I said specifically, it's not a guess.
Jalmerson's not on the players poll top 500.
Okay, well,
I mean, that might be a little mean. At least they're
500.
top 200.
Probably aren't even 500 defensemen in the league.
How many? I mean, there's at least 6 on a team. There's 36, 12, 8. There's 180 at least starting on a
Exactly.
team.
what about his teammate Eric Carlson?
He's probably like
Carlson's
5.
number 4.
Yeah.
Now Jeffrey gets to go, and he's playing catch up.
Hedman's number 1.
Hedman's number 1.
Oh, I was gonna say him next. Why didn't he get 3
It's
guesses?
2-1.
It's bullshit.
Coon's turn.
I think I know too. So you better get
It's
it.
Giordano.
Ooh, you might be 5.
Giordano's not on there.
What?
Dowdy.
Yeah, that's really just this
Dowdy's
year. Dowdy.
2.
Okay, it's tied. Dowdy's
Ah,
number 2.
damn it.
That's 2-2. But this last one could go either way, I think.
Wait, who was?
This
you
would be
had-
this would be the
You had
number
Burns
5
and
guy.
Carlson. I did have the top 4. You're right.
So this is number 5 defenseman in the league,
Ranked.
ranked.
Based
God,
on the
they
players. Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
How many times do you have to repeat the rules here? Handicap for asking questions.
I can't even think of defensemen right now. I'm freaking
It's
out.
not a Hawks
Said
player.
you.
I know.
I don't know. I should really be thinking. I don't know my guess.
Giordano is a good guess, though. Next year, he'll probably be.
Yeah.
He'll probably be like 5.
I think I know the team, but I'm torn between 2 guys. If I'm being honest.
I think I know what team you're talking about then.
Is that a hint?
No, you mentioned one earlier.
See, I don't want to guess one because then Toons will guess the other.
Well, that's a risk you're gonna have to take.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't have a guess. The only one I can only think of Subban, and he's not. That's it.
That's your guess, Subban? It's not Subban.
Ah,
Is it
had me on the
Yossi?
ropes.
It's Yossi. If you guessed anyone else, he probably would have guessed Subban, and you could
No,
have guessed Yossi.
I was leaning Yossi.
Son of
I was
a-
leaning Yossi because I remembered recently. I think they did something about an overrated player that I saw, and Subban was actually on that list.
Yeah.
So I was leaning towards Yossi, but that's what I said. I'm like, I'm between 2, and they're on the same team.
I mean, I definitely.
those were the 2.
I would take Yossi over Subban.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I had the top 5, and I had them in the right order too. I said Burns 2, but I meant to say 3. Dottie was definitely 2.
So I think
Boom.
we're finally into the McDavid rounds of these. Best.
Ooh, let me guess.
I'll let you go first.
You have to start at number 5, though.
Not McDavid.
Best forward, obviously McDavid. How much percentage do you think he got?
60.
It should be like 80.
I'll give you Crosby's number 2. He got 17%.
Okay,
So who do you think?
80.
No. I'll stick with 60, I think.
It was 63.
Yeah,
Oh.
should have been 80. I
26.
don't care.
And then
Really, 20%, 17%.
somehow
people think
third
Crosby?
was McKinnon.
Yeah, I know McKinnon was on that list.
I don't know.
Third
I mean,
over
I
who?
liked him a lot.
Third?
Who was 4th and 5th?
Kucherov is 4th. You know,
Oh,
the guy with
Kucherov.
Underrated?
the most
Huh?
points in the fucking league.
My underrated guess?
And the most underrated player in the league apparently is number 5.
Barkov.
Barkov. Like, what?
He's
You can't be both. You can't be both.
Underrated and best forward.
That's the fact
Where's-
that Kane isn't on there at all.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
I mean, McKinnon.
Insane.
I liked McKinnon a lot.
I'd take Kane over McKinnon.
McKinnon. I mean, based on age right now, if you're thinking, oh,
If you're-
I don't McKinnon.
I mean, like this year, I'd take Kane over McKinnon.
Yeah, this year. Anyway, I like McKinnon a lot. I don't think he's top 5 yet.
I don't think.
I
he's
think he
top
will
5.
be.
I'd take Taylor Hall over McKinnon.
I think McKinnon will be in like 3 years.
You could pick probably 3 guys on Tampa Bay over McKinnon.
In 3 years, though?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
tough.
I don't think he is right now. I think in 3 years, yes. Yes, he is.
I think McKinnon would be on the overrated now.
Maybe, yeah.
But for Barkov to be number 1 underrated and number 5 best forward, like, come on.
I mean, that's
Clearly he's not underrated.
it's either ridiculous or it says a lot about his talent. Like, he's best we've ever seen in the history of the NHL.
Yeah.
For that to be accurate.
Mike Trout of the NHL.
Okay, next question is who is the most difficult player to play against? McDavid.
David Crosby.
Crosby was 2 with 16%. How much percent did McDavid get?
Should be 80. It's never going to be 80. I'm just going to keep going to 80.
I don't know, 55?
It was 30.
What?
Yeah, this is a more even.
No one
Way
is
more
as
even,
fast as... Well, there might be 1 or 2 players as fast as McDavid, but McDavid literally can do anything he wants. He's quick enough. He can do anything he wants at any speed he wants, and he's only getting 30% of the votes. Fuck off.
Bergeron was
Stupid.
3 somehow. With, I don't know.
He's just
I don't see Bergeron being
overall
number
good player,
3.
I guess. I don't know. Kane's probably not on the list.
McKinnon's on there again, fucking 4. Apparently,
Give him
McKinnon's
a-
better than what I see.
I think we all like McKinnon too.
Yeah,
Like,
I do like McKinnon.
I would love to get a McKinnon jersey.
I don't think
I
he's-
want one, but
According to this, he's like a top 5 player.
not yet. He's maybe top 10, but
Kopitar was number 5.
that's interesting.
That's
And
very
again,
interesting.
Kane not on there. Like, are you crazy? It's insane.
Which player would you select to start a franchise with? This
McKinnon
one I
will
don't
be on
agree
there.
with. I agree with number
Oh,
1, obviously.
is
but
Bergeron on there? I think
Crosby's number 2 with 18.5%. You're
He's
not
like
starting
30
your
years
franchise
old.
with a 30-year-old.
Isn't there? I think there's a couple older guys. Like, I think
Bergeron's
Bergeron's
on
on
here,
there.
too.
He's like 32. Yeah.
like
it's
you're not
insane.
starting your franchise with these
This
players.
one, McKinnon should be number 2 or 3.
McKinnon's 5 on this one.
How is he lower? Like, he's 20, he's the perfect age.
Yeah.
He's good. Like, it should be him. It should be McDavid. It should be Matthews. It should be Point.
McDavid is number 1, obviously.
I'd
with
even take-
60%.
I'd even take Kucherov at the age of 26
yeah.
or whatever, 27, whatever he is.
Matthews is number 3.
Who was number 2? I'm sorry.
Crosby.
Crosby, yeah.
Is Point on there? McKinnon's number 5.
Nope.
Who's number 4?
Bergeron.
People are dumb.
Yeah, I don't.
This
I
is
don't
why
get that
players
one.
aren't GMs. This is why they go into analyst territory, not GM territory,
That
mostly.
be...
So there's one actual guessing game mainly.
It was fun. I did
Oh,
better than
I
I
we
won.
thought.
we do have.
I won. Just
Yeah,
saying.
I know.
Which arena has the best atmosphere?
Yeah.
Chicago.
I would say this is the one the Hawks will make.
The
They'll be
Hawks-
like 4.
We're 4.
Boom.
Nice. I'm not even mad.
The best was
It'll be in New
Vegas.
York. Oh.
Oh, yeah. I like that. I'm glad.
Quebec
Yes,
was
that's good.
second. Or
One of the New
Montreal, I
York
should say.
teams might be up there.
Nope.
Oh.
Nashville was
Really?
above Chicago for some
That's
fucking
some
reason.
bullshit.
And Winnipeg rounded out the top 5.
Interesting. I'm glad Vegas was number 1, though.
Yeah, I like
That's-
Vegas being on there, especially number 1. That's cool.
Then the next one was best ice, and it was pretty much
Same.
all the Canadian.
Oh.
Canadian.
Canadian.
teams.
Yeah. Really quick, Seattle has some. They're gonna face such high expectations. Like Vegas did Stanley Cup Finals their first year. They everything they've done so well. And then the players full, like they love playing there. Like, man, I feel bad for Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle's gonna
Especially if
have
they're
it
called
rough.
like the Sockeyes.
Oh
Or
God!
something.
Please don't name
The
them
sock
something
eyes?
It's a
stupid.
fish.
I know it's a fish, but that's an awful
That's one
name.
of the
Yeah,
top 5
that's-
names. It's ahead of Kraken, if I remember correctly.
Seattle Kraken.
Kraken's the best name.
I don't like. There's like
There's like 4 names that suck.
I don't like any of
and then
them.
there's Kraken. that's-
Kraken's the only one that's okay.
Acceptable.
And you can actually do something with that logo.
That logo would be fucking awesome.
Seattle Totems.
Totems is stupid.
It's like the number 1 ranked one right now. Oh, not right now, like from 3 months ago.
Then there's like emeralds.
Oh,
There's the
yeah.
Emerald City.
Emeralds,
Like,
that
no
was a
one, no one
thing.
knows that.
I
Like
didn't.
you're the only people that knows that.
I never
Don't-
knew that.
Well,
Don't do
who's
that.
who's picking the logo? Who's
I
voting?
mean, I would assume the owners. It's the ultimate decision.
I hope so.
But I mean, he wants to put something the fans. Everyone, it's funny. Well, we've talked about this before. I don't think it was an episode we released. I think this was when we were still testing. So pretty much everyone inside of Seattle is like, no, we don't want Kraken. That's like the name of an AHL team. Everyone outside of Seattle is like, Kraken. It's the only good name
It's
that you
the only-
have.
the
Like
only
that's
good
the only
option.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's the only. Not even good. It's the only option you have.
Call them the
rest
fucking
suck.
Seattle Squid. Like just keep that.
It's bad.
They also voted on favorite sport to follow outside of hockey.
Golf.
I think golf would. I would go soccer, but I bet you it's not that high, as high as I think it would be.
Those were both on the list.
Really?
Golf is first.
Really?
20. Like you follow golf? Really? You're gonna?
Yeah,
I
I would
mean,
think
it's-
soccer. They're all. I mean, a lot of overseas
I would think to
guys,
play
and they all
golf,
like mess around with
but
soccer and whatnot.
To follow golf?
Very
really?
surprised.
It makes sense to me. I don't know.
How
That
does
got
make sense?
29%.
Explain why it made sense to you.
Well, I have no idea. Well, these are professional athletes, and they go to play golf, and maybe they're passionate about it, but they can't do
Their
it, so they're
pregame
watching
warm-up-
real
Their
professionals.
pregame warm-up is always messing around with a soccer ball.
Football.
Doesn't mean
is
they want to
number-
watch it.
Football's number
They're,
2.
well, a lot of them are from overseas. Not a lot,
Soccer's
some of
number
them are
3.
from overseas.
They play golf overseas.
I'd say there's at least like 20% of the NHL's overseas. Where soccer's huge.
Golf's not even an American sport.
I'm just saying where soccer's huge, though. Who follows golf?
Canadians, apparently.
And
Stop, shut up.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it.
yeah, I win. He doesn't
Okay,
like he's a one.
football's number 2 with 25%.
That makes
Soccer's
sense.
number 3 with 21%. So that's
Oh, not
like
football, but
70
football.
something percent right there. So
Yeah, so
those
it's
are all-
close.
Was baseball on there?
Baseball was number. That's weird. They have. It threw me off because they have a picture of a goalie for baseball, but he's
What?
wearing a Twins like jersey.
Goalie for baseball.
Yeah, no, like a hockey goalie with a Twins jersey on though.
Oh.
It doesn't make sense.
Minnesota.
Baseball and basketball are both at 6%.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really watch
I could
any other
see
sport
not
anymore.
being basketball because the seasons overlap. Like they play at the same exact time.
Yeah, and they're more focused on actually watching.
I thought
hockey.
baseball would get a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Baseball would have been my second guess.
A little
for,
boring, though, I guess. I mean,
to watch. I mean,
I'm not surprised that soccer and football are top 3. I thought they would be 1, 2, then maybe basketball. I didn't think golf would be up
Well,
there.
what about now we get into favorite athlete outside of hockey?
favorite athlete. Oh my god.
Well, I'm assuming there's a golf guy out there.
No, I doubt it.
They might like their LeBron and whatnot.
I was gonna say LeBron.
LeBron's
or
3.
Can we at least do like sports or something?
Do they like Brady?
And none of them will be baseball.
Brady's 4.
No baseball, right?
No
That's what I
baseball. That's the last
Any
basketball
golf?
player. 1 golf.
Oh, one
Tiger
golfer.
Woods.
Tiger's
yeah.
number 1. 24.4%.
Does he even play anymore? Didn't he stop?
No,
He
it's
still
Start
plays.
and then
Yeah.
stop and then
He
start
actually
again?
did pretty well, and I
You
think
will
he
never in your life guess number 2.
never in
What
your
Never.
life.
sport does he play?
Never. He plays tennis.
Raffle Nadal or whatever.
Raffle.
Is it Serena Williams? You didn't say
Nope.
it's a he. Venus Williams.
Nope.
Sharapova.
No.
Why are you
done.
guessing all female?
That's also I don't know many.
Only
Wait.
tennis players.
Yeah, I have to say it's tennis, right? Yeah, I know more female tennis players than men. I just knew Nadal or whatever.
I'm gonna know it when you say it. I know
I won't.
if it's not Nadal, it's the other dude with the hair.
Wait, is you said it was a guy?
There's a guy.
Yeah.
I guess Nadal.
Fuck, I'm retarded right now.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know about
right
the
now.
hair. It's Roger Federer.
Federer,
Oh,
yeah.
I have heard of him.
Yeah.
How's he the guy with the hair?
He's got longer hair with the headband that he wears.
I mean, he has a full head of hair
He
with
has
a
hair,
headband.
yeah.
This is accurate.
And
These things are all accurate.
last one was Lionel Messi.
Oh,
Soccer,
player.
yeah. Messi, really? Huh?
Isn't he like the best to play?
Him and Ronaldinho or whatever.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho. Hey, so for
Ronald
soccer,
Donald
I'm
Ronaldinho.
the Jeff of soccer names.
No.
I'm
So,
the Jeffrey of soccer
I don't
names.
allow it.
so basically, the players' poll was
boring.
McDavid Love Fest.
It was boring.
Who
And
created
people
that
being
poll? Is that
stupid.
the?
That was the NHLPA Players
Like, it's
Association.
just, it was
Yeah.
boring and stupid and didn't even make sense half the time.
So,
they were just wrong half the time.
so seeing this players' poll come out and all the good news for McDavid and Edmonton, the Edmonton Oilers CEO decided to criticize Tobias Reeder at a season ticket holder breakfast.
Tobias who?
Tobias Reeder.
Who's that?
He's a player on the. He's like a fourth line player on Edmonton.
That's my point. I never even heard of this guy. Really.
Blaming him for how bad they're doing. He legitimately said, like,
He said he wasn't going to blame
we will
it.
not re-sign this guy.
He specifically said before this, too, that he wasn't going to throw anyone under the bus.
Yeah, he started out off the whatever
meeting
speech
or whatever.
with saying he's not gonna
Like, it's
throw
no one's
anyone.
fault.
He's not
I'm
gonna blame
gonna
anyone.
throw
Not
anyone
gonna throw
under
anyone
the
under the
bus.
bus. Then he names a player currently on the team and blames him for everything, saying he won't re-sign Reeder
it's not
at
even
the
the
season's
GM.
end.
He's a third-line player right now, by the way. With Colby Cave and Sam Gagne.
He hasn't scored a goal with the team.
Which he is not.
He missed so many breakaways.
Sure, why not?
He said, if the struggling forward would have scored 10 or 12 goals, we'd probably be in the playoffs.
No, let's not get carried away.
You probably wouldn't.
If he scored those goals, then someone else didn't score those goals. Is really what it comes down to.
And he said, this is the CEO talking about Reeder.
And by the
said he thought if he wasn't playing with Leon Draisaitl, he'd be playing with Connor McDavid. He'd score 15 to 16 goals, and instead of making $2 million, he'd sign a 4-year extension at $3.5 million.
I mean, Joe Schmo.
Like, really? You're calling out a player thinking like they just came there to play with McDavid and that they want more money?
You can't just toss a guy on a line with McDavid and be like, okay, score 30 goals.
You need free agents.
Right.
Why are you calling out this?
Yeah, no one wants to play for a team where you're calling out young players.
By the way, signing with this team and maybe not doing up to par, and their fucking GM's gonna rip you a new one.
His career high in goals is 16, and he's gotten 14, 13, and 12, 8, and 4. The 4 was
just a weird
in 20 games though.
Weird person to pick out.
Like I was like to pick out like you said a third, fourth line player like that and be like, hey, you almost matched your career high in goals and scored 12, and we make the playoffs. Like what? No, makes no sense.
Like is
he having a bad year? Yes.
He has 11 assists in 59 games.
Yeah, 61.
Well, now 61.
Yeah. He's a -7, you know. Never been a plus player, by the way.
This is not the
has never been a plus player.
He's not making like a lot of money or anything. This is not the person to call out.
Do I have that up?
Or to blame.
Who would you call out?
The entire organization.
The front office.
Maybe the CEO.
I would be calling out the entire front office.
You don't call out individual players.
No, it doesn't.
Don't do it.
Stupid.
That doesn't help you in any way.
I'm sure McDavid loved that.
It's very unprofessional.
He's probably like, really? Like,
yeah, people are
who's
going to
come play with
now?
me now?
Yeah.
So stupid.
Reeder, after hearing
he
this...
makes $2 million. He's a restricted free agent, obviously.
After hearing this, Reeder came out and said, you kind of can't believe it. I feel like it's disappointing, and I'm offended by it. I'm the first one to admit I haven't had a good year. It went a little too far, and Bob knows that. That's the CEO, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I thought the timing was a bit weird. We're still fighting for the playoffs. I'm still going to do my best. It's like, maybe don't. Maybe don't do your best.
If I was
mail
him,
it in right now, and no one's gonna.
I hope someone signs him in the offseason. Like, I hope Tampa Bay signs him and he
goes off.
Yeah. Well, when talking about crappy front office and owners and management, Ottawa Senators owner Eugene Melnick, he was on Sportsnet 500 on Thursday, and when he was asked about the fans that are angry with him and the direction of his team, he said, and I quote, "The key for us, first of all, is to identify who is a Senators fan and not. I've had ... We tripped up one of those guys, and it turned out it was some little 12-year-old in Toronto who was upset with the Senators in general. I'm a high-profile person that's an easy target. Let them do what they want to do. I basically ignore 99% of it. For our fans that are real fans, we're doing the best we can. All we can do is to keep doing what we've been doing. We've had a great record for the last 15 or 16 years since I bought them. We've been to the Stanley Cup Finals. We've been to the Conference Finals. We've had All-Star games. We've had drafts. We've got outdoor games. We're doing everything. More than most franchises as far as what we do for our fans."
He's basically saying anyone that disagrees or criticizes the team doesn't know what they're talking about.
And not
the real fan, the people that support him are the real fans.
Yeah, the haters are 12-year-old kids talking crap on
I
the
like how he
internet.
says, like, oh, you've been to the finals. Yeah, how many Stanley Cups have you won in the last 15 years?
Yeah, seriously, it's been 15 years, bro. You might want to have a cup by then.
That's just, like, really? You're going to call out the fans? Right? Especially in the time where you want the fans on your side.
You just traded your entire team, bro.
Yeah. This is the time
People to
where
watch.
you don't have many stars on your team, if any. Like, who's their star on their team right now?
Shabbat.
Exactly. I'm not saying anything bad about Shabbat. I like
good.
Shabbat. Shabbat is good, but do you want him to be your number one star?
Get a chance to leave yet.
Yeah. Do you want him to be your number one star on your team? Nah, probably not. I don't think I liked him. He's a good defenseman, and
It'd be like if Toronto's best player was Morgan Riley.
yeah, and that's
You don't
nothing
want that.
bad. Morgan Riley's good offensively. Like, he's a good player, but you don't want him to be your number one player.
Yeah.
And it's just right now when you just trade away,
And then you don't have a number 2 player. Like, there's
you trade away all your star players. Like, you're not going to be winning any games anytime soon. This is the time where you want the fans on your side, so you still sell tickets and merchandise when you're in your low point. Instead, he's like, fuck you fans. You're not real fans. And, like, hey, for the next 3 years, who's going to be showing up to your games? Fake fans, real fans, what's it matter? Do you want to really alienate any of your fan base?
No.
Like, what's the matter with you, guy? Like, oh.
he needs to sell soon.
They need to move out of Ottawa, so first of all, that logo's
They just need to
rough.
rebrand completely.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
logo's
Just do a
rough. The
complete
Senators,
rebrand.
like, really? That's a name? Their color scheme's not terrible, but...
But sticking with shitty franchises.
Oh, there's another one. I was going to go to good franchise.
Oh no, we're gonna stick to shitty real
Oh.
quick. Detroit. They actually re-signed Jimmy Howard for some fucking reason
I
for
had that down there,
1
though.
year.
I see. What? Steve? Yeah. Did you see that, though? Hang on.
1 year, $4 million.
Worth $4 million and a potential $1.1 million in playoff bonuses. Detroit player getting $1.1 million playoff bonuses next year.
Good luck, bro.
I don't know what they are. I don't think it said what they are. But really, you're giving like why
So
even
he's
put that
making-
in there?
He said he wants to be a career wing.
And that's fine. If that's what you want, fine. But I just find it funny that you put playoff bonuses. No way they made the playoffs next year. And even if they do, whatever
do
those
they-
bonuses are, there's no way he hits them.
Do they not have
That's an empty beer.
any upcoming like goalies at all? Did not have any goalies in the prospect
free
line
agent.
or
I
nothing?
don't know. I truly don't know.
Because I would think
Normally they're good about that.
he'd be a guy you want to get rid of.
Yeah.
I would think making $4 million. Like, you
trade
don't need
him,
that.
not necessarily get rid of him. Like they should have traded him at the deadline, 100%.
He didn't want to go though.
I mean, did he have a no movement or no trade?
I don't know.
I didn't check. I guess if you really make me.
You don't have to look. It's not
Curious.
necessary.
I'm curious. Anyways, we'll switch on though from bad franchise to good franchise. Tampa Bay, with 9 games. This was a couple days ago, but when there were still 9 games left in the season for them, beating Arizona, clinched the President's Trophy. Normally, that's like the thing you watch like last like 2 games of the season, like who's gonna get it, and it's like no, 9 games left still. We're good. We got.
They have 120 points. The number 2 is a tie between Calgary and Boston, 101. Like, that's insane. They have 19 more points than the second place team.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He does not have a no trade or no movement right now. He had a no move. Howard, by the way, going back to it, no movement for the first 2 years, modified no trade for the last 3, and then nothing for this year. So they could have traded him without his consent. How do you not trade him?
I mean, they can still do it next year.
Yeah.
He'll be making a little bit less, but who do you? I mean, he's had a pretty decent year considering the team in front
Well,
of him.
the teams probably wouldn't want a goalie. Like, the goalie
San
market
Jose.
probably wasn't. No, they didn't want to give up enough though.
Probably not.
Like, the goalie market wasn't great, so
Yeah,
goalies were going
but-
for like 3rd round picks.
That is
They probably wanted like a
pretty
second or
bad.
first.
But yeah, so Tampa Bay doing Tampa Bay things and just dominating. I don't know if they still can. Can they still potentially? I think they can still potentially win both break both records. But they pretty much have to win. Like they have to win out, I think, or something ridiculous. So they probably won't get the wins record or the points record. But I mean, you never know. I don't know what their schedule looks like.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I.
They're a plus 99 right now though, and goal differential.
Well, that's it.
Yep, almost to that 100 mark.
Really. So and then Kucherov, not Kucherov.
No, Stamkos.
Stamkos, sorry. Forgot which Tampa Bay player broke a record today, or a couple days ago. Yeah, he broke a record. What was the? Do you have the numbers or no?
I don't have the numbers. I
He,
deleted them when I saw you had them.
Passed Lecavalier.
Lecavalier.
Yeah, that one. For most goals in franchise history, he got 384 in 737 games. The other guy,
Lecavalier.
yep, 383 in 1,037. So Stamkos did it
And like
300
less
games
games.
less.
That's nuts.
Got
Which
more
is
goals.
surprising because scoring and stuff for this year is, for the most part, always went down. Just insane. I'm looking at Tampa Bay's schedule. I see only 6 games right now. I don't know how many they actually have left, but Boston
They
tomorrow.
have 6 games left.
Do they? Okay,
Yeah.
so Boston. So I don't even know if they can still do it. They lost to the Blues, I see,
What
yesterday.
do they need to? What's the points
I don't know
record?
off the top of my head.
I want to say it's 130.
I will say I'm looking at the last 10 games. They've only lost 2. Jesus. They face Boston, Washington, Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto, and Boston. So
That's a tough schedule.
yeah, I mean Montreal's not doing great lately, but still going to be.
They're in the
'cause
playoffs right now.
Are
so,
they? I'd say they're
yeah.
fighting for a playoff spot. Ottawa's your only that's the only game where it's we should win that. The
Yeah.
rest of them, it's tough.
And I can see Ottawa being hungry to beat them.
Just to be we beat the best team in the league. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm honestly hoping they do it. I think that'd be cool.
But Calgary,
Yeah.
I actually have 2 things for Calgary.
Okay, you do your 2 things.
They announced that they're gonna wear their
Oh yeah,
for
that's
the
right.
for the entire playoffs. Their home games, they're gonna wear their retro jersey, the
The one with the yellow in it.
red, yellow, white, without the black.
Is it the Red Sea then? Is that one?
Yeah,
I like those jerseys better.
yeah, those are nice.
I like those
They're nice
jerseys a lot.
jerseys.
That would be the Calgary jersey idea.
I do like the Black Sea jerseys,
I don't.
but I definitely like the Red Sea jerseys better.
I like the Red Sea better. It's just better looking.
And they also there are 5 Calgary Flame scorers that have reached the 70-point mark so far this season already.
That's insane.
Can you name all 5?
I can name 4. Monahan.
Yes.
Johnny
That
Hockey.
should not be your
Gaudreau.
first one, but
Gaudreau.
okay. Gaudreau.
Who's the guy who plays on the line with them? Furlan? No, not Furlan.
Ferland got traded.
Yeah, the guy who came back in that.
Yeah, that guy.
Tunes, help me out here.
His first name-
Giordano's one.
Giordano's
That's
one.
3. What's his name? Why can I not think of it? He's doing well. It's a Kachuk. No, it's not Kachuk.
It's Akachuk.
It's not. That's
There are 2 of them.
I know. That's 2 brothers.
not Brady. It'd be Mike, but I don't think is Kachuk in there. It's not the one I'm
not
thinking.
Mike
of.
either. There is no
Is
Mike Kachuk. that I
Which one?
know of.
What's his first name?
Matt Kachuk.
Matt. He's not doing it. It's not. That's not the guy.
He is.
He is one of
the
them.
guy. Yeah.
He's not the guy I'm thinking of.
No.
It won't tell me who it is though. Tunes, help! Do something with your
Used
life.
to be on Carolina.
I
That
hate you.
helps.
I said this. Hamilton and not Hamilton. Hannafin and what's his face? They went over there and Furland and other guy came to
Nope.
Carolina.
You-
No, is it 2 different trades?
You're mixing that up.
Whatever.
Hamilton and Furlan went to.
No, I said
Carolina.
Hannafin. Oh,
Hannafin came back.
Hannafin did not go to Carolina.
Hannafin came from Carolina
Yeah, that's what I said.
with.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. Oh my God! Tell me, it's hurting.
Lindholm.
Lindholm, thank you.
You know what his first name is?
Hampus.
No, it's
Hampus.
not.
Oh, that's the other. That's the
Anaheim.
defenseman.
It's Elias.
Damn it!
Just want to dig in the knife a little more.
Hey, he's not bad for Anaheim. No 70-point scorer though. Oh, that was hurting. That hurt a lot. I really had to go to the bathroom too. That wasn't helping. Last thing we have that's not Blackhawks related though. Did you guys see? I don't even know what team it is, and I have the guy Haley. I don't know what team he plays for. I'm not gonna lie.
Haley.
That's his last name.
Sounds like a New York player.
No, I want to say for some reason he was
Is
either
it Bailey?
St. Louis or something, but
Just because there's 3 New York teams, so I was hoping I'd hit one.
one of
That's
the. I
fair.
mean, yeah,
That's fair.
odds. I mean, you could have won
Sounds like
better.
a New York or California
California,
team.
yeah.
It might be a Canadian team. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
There's half
You
the
did
league.
half the league.
And
No.
got it wrong.
Reeves finished his check. I don't know if it was necessarily on him. He's on San Jose, by the way, Michael Haley.
Nailed it.
But I don't I don't know if Reeves finished his shot on Haley or if it was on someone else, but it was a hard hit. I think he was clean. It looked fine. I didn't watch it in slow-mo or anything.
Well, no penalties on that hit, right?
Not on the hit, no. But Reeves went to the bench afterwards. The puck was going from for Reeves offense to defense, I believe, and he went to the bench. And then Haley just went up to him. I don't even know if the door closed yet, but he was in the process. Reeves was in the process of sitting down.
He had a foot on the bench.
Yeah, he was sitting down, and Haley had his gloves off and everything, and he literally pulled Reeves off the bench back onto the ice. This was like,
Did they actually fight? Like, did they go?
No, I don't think so. I think Reeves was like,
up?
what are you doing, you idiot? That's something I would normally do.
That's funny.
You're stupid. This is what it feels like to be on the other end. And I know they gave Haley a penalty. I don't know what it was or anything, but I just thought that was funny. It's like, you idiot. So dumb. All right. So, yeah, we're going to get to the Blackhawks stuff. Before we do that, just going to mention one thing. Coons, since, he decided to bring up baseball in this hockey podcast, decided to kick him out. He's not allowed back this episode, even though some of you might have not noticed anyways. But Blackhawks stuff. They could potentially make the... So, we're recording this after the first Colorado game. So, Saturday was the first one, but we're recording on Sunday. But it's also before the second one. So, after they lost to Vancouver...
They had a back-to-back.
Lost to Philly.
Colorado.
And lost to Colorado.
We're right in between that.
Yeah, they have a back-to-back in Colorado, or with Colorado, and we're in between. But they lost to Vancouver, which I watched the Vancouver game. I couldn't watch... I watched the Vancouver game.
Vancouver game was a bad game. They did terrible. They should have won that.
I didn't think it was that... Vancouver was actually looking decent for Vancouver, at least.
That's how bad the Hawks
Hawks weren't looking amazing, but they did force OT, which I'm like, oh, maybe they will pull this out of their ass.
And Arizona was helping him so much.
Yeah.
Arizona lost the last two games.
And then...
they couldn't just fucking...
And then they lost, it was 20 seconds in overtime. It was really quick.
It was the first shift.
I mean, Crawford definitely kept them. Was that a 2-1 game or a 3-2 game?
I don't remember.
It was one of the two.
There's been too many disappointing games to remember the
Then
scores.
they played Philly, which I was not able to watch that one because it was on WGN. I think they lost 3-1, but I want to say one was empty netter. So I'm pretty sure it was a 2-1 game. We could look it up, but I don't want to.
Whatever the lowest score the Hawks could possibly score, that's probably what it was. Because they're not scoring at all.
Yeah, and then they faced Colorado, which I was up. I woke up at 4 in, did stuff, and I had to go. I was tired, so I went to sleep at and then I had Milo's training, my dog's training, so I was thinking this. It was supposed to be a Saturday game. Saturday's games always fuck me up. I always think
it was
later.
on at 2:00.
Yeah, that's about what time I took my nap. I went to sleep, and I woke up at 5, pretty much right when it ended. I'm like, oh, cool. Well, I'm I'll probably watch the Hawks team. And it was probably more 6 when I actually was oh, the Hawks team's running on soon. And I looked and oh, they lost. I think they lost 4-2.
There was 2 empty net.
Well, I thought there was 1.
No.
I think it was 4-2, and they were 2 empty. It was either 5-2, and there were 2 empty netters, or it was 4-2, and there was only 1.
Oh no, it was only 1. It was 4-2.
Yeah. So they lost. It was pretty much before this weekend, even after they lost to Vancouver and Philly. It was all right, if the Hawks can win against Colorado, both games, specifically
and then beat Arizona,
both games, and then hopefully beat Arizona.
I want to say Tuesday. Maybe
no, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
I'm pretty sure. They would be setting themselves up for a chance.
Look at the top.
Yeah, but Colorado's tonight, so I have to scroll. It's I see what you're saying. Tuesday at 9 p.m.
Okay.
But even after losing those 2 games, if they at least beat Colorado both games, all right, you beat Colorado, and then you want to beat Arizona.
Here was my whole, because I watched every game. Here's my thought process: is all right, I was watching because the Arizona game. I'm pretty sure Arizona played before, earlier than them.
It was one of them.
Every game,
yeah,
every day, and I was all right, Arizona lost. Great time for the Hawks to get a couple points on them.
Yeah.
And the Hawks went the first game against Vancouver. They got to overtime. No, all right, that's fine. It's not doesn't kill us. Doesn't help.
I mean,
us,
Vancouver. Are you talking about? What?
I'm talking about the first game, the Vancouver game.
And Vancouver is technically right behind the Hawks in the playoff race. So you don't really want Vancouver.
Hawks
to win,
have a couple games in hand, though.
You're more concerned about the people in front of you than the people behind you right now.
It doesn't matter.
If they win, it negates it regardless.
Technically, right now, Edmonton's tied with the Hawks, but they have 2 games in hand. So, But then we were watching the Philly game again. Arizona played before them, and Arizona lost.
And it's
I'm
Philly.
like,
You
all
have
right,
to beat Philly.
gotta win this one.
Yeah.
Gotta win this one, or at least get this one to overtime, and then win out the weekend.
And before the Vancouver game, weren't they on a 5-game win streak?
Yeah,
It was
I didn't. I expected them to lose one of
Vancouver or Philly.
one of these
Not
games.
the Colorado games, though. They
I-
needed
I-
to win the Colorado
I
games.
honestly expect them to lose against Philly, beat Vancouver,
That's fair. Yeah.
but they ended up not even getting a point. I'm like, fuck, that hurts.
Especially
It's-
Philly.
But I'm like, okay, in typical Hawks fashion this year, they're gonna win these next 2 games and be right in it
yeah,
again.
they'll keep themselves right.
keep
They'll
themselves
even get
just
even
close enough.
closer.
But then they lose this fucking game against Colorado, and the empty net
Didn't-
goal. The penalties were ridiculous. First off, way one-sided.
Really.
Oh yeah, and that first empty netter to make it 4-2.
Mm-hmm.
The only empty netter, I should say. Like the Hawks had the momentum. Kane was going into the zone. They just pulled Crawford as
So it was
Kane was
3-2.
going into the zone, and he did like a little drop pass to Gustafson, and like Gustafson never got it. Like he skated
fucked
right
up?
past it, and like he
Just
missed
missed?
it.
Oh, okay.
And they had a 2-on-1 with Keith, the guy back, but I don't think Keith even knew that the net was empty because they just pulled the goalie.
Okay.
Like Keith was like blocking the pass.
Oh,
One, if he knew the net was empty, he would have just went after the
try
puck.
just
like
went
attack the puck.
aggressive,
That's
yeah.
all.
Get the puck loose.
But yeah, it was rough. It's not. See, now what I'm afraid is,
they're gonna win tonight.
yeah,
They're gonna win
They're
tonight.
100% gonna win
They're
tonight.
gonna beat
They're gonna beat
Arizona.
Arizona, and they're gonna be only a couple points out again.
Yeah.
And it's just
It's
a tough season.
They're gonna win tonight. They're gonna beat Arizona. They'll even beat San Jose. They'll lose to the Kings. They'll beat Winnipeg. Why not? Lose to St. Louis. Like there's gonna be something ridiculous.
Once it gets to like later on, a lot of those teams will be resting their star players.
Maybe not.
They're not playing for anything.
Point is, they're gonna make it to where they play their last. They need to win their last game of the season in Nashville. It's gonna be a situation where they need to beat Nashville, and then like Colorado and Arizona both have to lose,
Yeah.
and one of them will lose, and it'll probably be Colorado.
The early game will lose.
Colorado will
and the
lose,
late game
and
will.
the Hawks will win, and then Arizona. It'll be like, oh well, it's Arizona. They're gonna lose. No, they'll win. That's how it's gonna go. It's
I don't like this. I'd rather be. This is what Philly feels every season.
terrible. Just make a decision. Do you want to make the playoffs, or do you want to do a lottery pick?
Like
Decide.
I'd rather just be out of it at this point. Honestly, I don't want to.
I mean, it's
I can't
exciting,
handle the
but-
stress.
But them losing the games where it's just like, and then and especially you, because you watch the
It's
Colorado
like
and
you
Philly
have
game.
to win this game,
And
and they do terrible.
yeah, because they've always been like all year, if not
The
the one thing
past-
they've been is entertaining and high scoring, and it's just not
It's
that right
just
now.
hard because the past decade they've been a team. Well, we need this goal, we need this win.
We'll get
we're
it.
getting it.
There you go. yeah.
Like don't even worry about it. Now it's to the point where it's like they're not going to come back from this. It's not going to happen.
Arizona faces the Winnipeg
did
Jets
this-
on the last game of the season, and Colorado faces the Sharks. I was just curious, and they're both after the Hawks.
But the Sharks and the Jets will probably be resting some people.
Maybe not though, because the Jets
They
might
will.
still be battling number one
No.
against
And
Nashville.
then Nashville won't be close
That's
to them.
insane too. The Hawks are facing Nashville. What'd I say?
Winnipeg.
Colorado's
and-
facing the Sharks, and then Arizona's facing all three, like
It's the Central Division.
the Sharks. Though.
Oh, I mean you're
Western.
playing your
top-
division.
yeah. No,
Arizona's playing the Sharks.
no, Arizona's not, but it's fine. Arizona's facing Winnipeg.
Oh,
it's not a big deal. But yeah, it's just becoming what I've said this from fucking like 3 weeks ago. Like this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna barely miss the playoffs, and it's gonna be frustrating. Anyways, to make it,
well, I mean, I guess on the positive side, I didn't expect to be as interested.
I guess too. I mean, definitely makes you want to watch every day. Like when I realized that Philly was on WG, I'm like, damn it, I want to watch that. And then when I realized Colorado game with the game against Colorado on Saturday yesterday was done already and started at 2, I'm like, well, number one,
And we're gonna miss
sucks.
today's game too because
Yeah,
of our own
our-
hockey game.
Rec League hockey, what? Yeah, we're not gonna see any of that honestly because it starts at.
And then the Arizona game Tuesday is at 9:00.
I mean, I'll watch it.
And then the San Jose game after that on Thursday is at 9:30. So
I
it's
probably won't watch the Arizona game because
They're all late
have
games.
to be up early. We'll see. I have to be up at like 4 or 5 a.m. on Wednesday. We'll see. Yeah. It's probably for the best I don't watch them, even though I want to.
there's frustrating. Like what happened to their scoring? Kane's not scoring.
Yeah, he slowed way down.
Yeah.
And the DeBrincat line's not.
DeBrincat's not scoring at all.
Like there was a point where it was like, oh, Kane and DeBrincat might get 50 goals.
Perlini's
apiece.
not even scoring. What the hell?
It was like DeBrincat and Kane might get 50 goals apiece, and it's like, is Kane gonna get 50 goals? I don't know what he's at right this second, but I know he's close, and it's like I don't know if he's gonna do it. He's at like 46 or something.
Not the rate he's going. He's not going to
But
get it.
to get, yeah, let's stick negative, and we'll try to somewhat positively.
Ended on a positive note.
I mean, somewhat positive, nothing crazy. I'm seeing stuff that
Kane has 41. He's not getting 50.
Oh yeah, and then DeBrincat's at like 38.
38.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, I honestly can see DeBrincat doing it before Kane this year.
I don't see
I don't think either one, but DeBrincat's the one who's streaky. So if he gets hot, maybe, and he has to get like a couple hat tricks.
DeBrincat had 71 points at one point, and Taves had 70.
Yeah.
Now I'm looking at Taves has 74. DeBrincat has 71. So I mean, Taves is 2 off his career high. I'm pretty sure. Isn't his career high 76?
I mean, I have to look it up.
He'll probably get his career high. So that's a plus.
Taze stats. No, I'm seeing stuff though that Edsel might be not re-signed with the Hawks. I'm seeing that he might stay in I don't know if it's Sweden or something, but he might be signing a deal overseas, pretty much.
Okay.
It just sucks because he's supposedly promising in some sort of fashion, you know. Supposedly he was one of the main pieces in the Hartman trade too.
Is he a defenseman? Oh, he's a
He's
center.
a
isn't
forward.
it?
I don't know about center.
wanna
I
say
know
he's
he's
a
a
center.
forward. Taze's career high in points, 76.
Oh. Yeah. It's almost like I said that.
I mean, I wasn't denying you. 32 goals, 44 assists that year. He has 32 goals and 42 assists right now. So almost.
He's gonna
Spot on.
He's gonna beat it for sure.
I mean, but he got that in what year was it? 2010, 11, the year after the cup.
like one of his earlier.
So it's like, they need such a. Unless they somehow make the playoffs today in the year, that means nothing. That kind of sucks a little bit. But,
It means something to him though.
yeah, I'm saying it
With
takes
that many off years in a row.
I guess, yeah, because he's probably like, yeah, I still have it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, off years too, like, he's gotten 58, 52 the last 3 years.
That's not great.
It's not great by any means, but for 10.5, it's not good at all, I guess. I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, the Edsel thing, that might be happening, unfortunately. It's just, especially the Hawks, like, they really need those forward prospects right now. They kind of got the defense. They could always, I mean, any amount of prospects is, you always want more.
If
But-
anything, he'd be trade bait.
Right
I
now,
would think.
their defensive prospects are definitely looking more and better than their offense, or their forwards at least. So they definitely want their forward prospects.
But they also have a lot more openings on their defense than their offense.
They don't, though. We went over this. They
I
really don't.
I'm
really have
talking
a
like they need
logjam.
more. They need the defensive
Yeah, I
prospects. They
understand.
don't need the offensive.
I mean, they need both. But yeah, I see what you're saying. But there's a log jam at defense for sure.
You could trade guys.
No.
The only ones you can't trade are Keith and Seabrook. That's it.
I bet you like Murphy
That's
has
it.
no movement or something.
No.
No, you're right.
You could trade everyone else.
Stan Bowman didn't sign Murphy. He only traded for him, so he doesn't have no movement.
You could literally trade every single other defensive player on the team.
I mean, they're not going to get rid of Gustafson.
Why not?
They won't. He's he's top 5 in goal scorers for defensemen. I think.
I'm just saying, you can make spots for these guys.
They won't, though, is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Whatever. But yeah, and then in Twistle, though, who I forget which league he's playing in. I just dropped my marker. But he's ended like the last week or two. He's done very well. Like he got a hat trick, and he's scoring a lot. Which I know it might be the OHL. I don't know off the top of my head, but I know in those other leagues, like scoring's always a little higher. But to see one of your team's prospects like going on a little surge at the end is like, oh shit, he might have something. Maybe things finally
call him
clicked.
up for the last 10 games.
No, his team's going to the playoffs.
Okay, then send him back when the last 10 games are over. Like, or are there playoffs now?
I think they just started.
Oh.
Because podcast isn't going. Like, the Hawks actually have a lot of players in their prospect pool going. But yeah, I mean, it's just exciting, like, just to see, like, oh, there's potential there. Like, hopefully he turns into something, basically, is all I'm really getting at. Oh, no, I'm wrong. No, I said that. Edsel was, they got him in the Hartman trade, not in Twist.
Yeah, he said that.
Okay, but, I mean, the only other Blackhawks related thing is,
yay, new scoreboard.
new scoreboard for all those people who go to the games because
I mean,
they're
it'll be
so
good for us
affordable.
because we can't afford to stay in closer. So
Yeah.
the screen's getting closer to us.
I honestly don't know what crazy things have changed or anything, but yeah, they're putting money in renovations.
That's good, though.
Yeah, so that's a thing that's happening. So
So very little chance of the Hawks making the playoffs now.
that sums it up. I mean,
Not to end it on a sour note.
and very little chance of the Hawks get a top 2 pick. Yeah, sums it up. No playoffs, no top 5 pick.
Well, now is when we usually do positives and negatives, but I'm just going to make it positives today. Let's just do positives. We've had enough negative going through the Hawks.
Did you see the Trump goalie mask for the 14-year-old?
Oh, gross, yeah.
It's just funny, though. The 14-year-old kid, I don't know if
That's
he got
your
it.
positive?
I said it's just funny. I don't necessarily know if it's a positive or negative. But it's just funny because it's literally it's Trump on a the first part's not funny. It's Trump on a goalie mask, but it's legit him like building a wall. I kind of find it a little funny. All right, I find it a little humorous.
My positive then is
You better not have my positive.
I hope it's the same. I really hope it's the same.
I hope he's so bad.
Is James Gunn is back.
It's in the same realm, though. It's in the same
James Gunn's back directing
Close.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
3. So the movie just got delayed for like 3 years.
That's fine.
It's not, though. It completely changed the whole script, but whatever. You do you. My positive was the Fox deal officially went through. So Marvel officially
So Deadpool is
owns
officially
Disney.
an Avenger.
Yeah. So they can officially start like actually having legit discussions on like, ooh, who do we want to play Wolverine, and who do we want for this and that, and when do we want this movie to come out, and get their timeline figured out.
I really.
I hope they take a break. Like I don't want them to rush into it, but it's still. Exciting.
They'll definitely run with the Captain Marvel, Black Panther,
Doctor Strange,
Spider-Man. They'll run with that for a little bit.
2 years, 3 years. I mean,
I'd say
and
two.
then they got Black Widow. They got some weird movies coming out too. Black Widow,
Why?
Eternals.
See, Black Widow
I'm
should
okay
not
with
be
Eternals.
a movie now.
That I'm not excited, but
Black
curious.
Widow should have died with this
Decimation
yeah,
is what they're calling it.
I get it's probably gonna be a prequel, but
Who knows? Maybe they're not even making the movie, and it's all just a joke.
I fucking hope so. 'cause
People would not like that.
I don't want this. No one wants this. No one asked for a Black Widow movie.
You'll watch it, will you not?
On video when it's, or on demand when it comes out.
I think I'll see it in theaters because it's Marvel.
I haven't even seen Captain Marvel yet.
Oh, that's a shame.
I want to go. We were gonna go this weekend, but we
good.
didn't want to spend 2
Money.
hours in the movie theater. It has nothing to do with money. We didn't want to spend 2 hours of our night in the movie theater.
But it's good.
We'd rather be out doing stuff.
But it's good.
I do want to see it though. before Avengers comes out.
Kathy's not as into it though.
Kathy wants to see it.
I know I'm not saying she doesn't want to. Like that's something me and Brad be like, oh, let's go see that. Like, let's go. Like I made it a point to see it. Me, especially like I don't know how you haven't had anything. Like I'm not saying there's anything to be spoiled.
If ever I see
nothing crazy, but I'm surprised. Like,
if I see anything Captain Marvel, I scroll past it. I don't look at it.
I still don't know how that's possible.
I don't think I've gotten anything spoiled.
Like I said, I'm not trying to spoil it. I don't think there's anything crazy to be spoiled. I'm just in general. Because you don't normally see movies that quickly. Like you'll see Avengers because I'll make you go see it day like 2.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for me, you would not see it that immediately.
Avengers
quicker than other films, but not as quickly as with me.
Yeah, I mean it's harder when you have a kid too.
I'm just saying, like I
Avengers is one where I would go and watch Endgame.
I would go see it by myself.
And Infinity War and Endgame back to back.
That'd be cool. I just watched actually Infinity War yesterday.
I watched the other day too.
I watched it yesterday.
2 days ago.
So good. Yeah.
And I'll definitely, when we go see it, I'll watch it the day before.
I'll probably watch because I will have already seen Endgame by the time I watch it with you, 100%. I'm planning. It's like the first one. I will see it Thursday with Brenda, my wife. And then I will probably see it with you and Toons on Saturday, if Toons goes this time, which I think he will. Yeah, I'll make
Did he see the other one?
With us, yeah.
Oh, you went with us?
I bought the tickets, asshole.
No, I mean he went with us?
Yeah, you said you went with us.
No, I said he went with us.
Oh, I heard you.
I said quickly.
We got recorded audio. Who knows if this is still in the video anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I would leave it in, but that's just me. Anyways, that's everything for this week. We'll be back next week like usual. You can follow us on Twitter at Socially Hawkward, no A in the ward, or Instagram. You have something to say? What do you have to say?
I have one more positive.
Oh, my God.
It's a Blackhawks positive.
There's not a thing.
By next week, we will know if they're going to make the playoffs or not.
Will we, though?
Yes.
We'll
know.
No, we won't. I mean, that's just a guess.
They'll either lose out this weekend, or they'll lose the rest of the week, or they'll win.
You're just guessing.
And
just guessing.
that's.
Will they
If they lose today, they're done.
Will they statistically be eliminated by next week?
If they lose today, they're done. If they win today, they have a really good chance.
By next podcast, are they statistically eliminated from the playoffs?
No.
Tatum. Anyways, as I was saying, follow us on Twitter, yada yada. Follow us on Instagram at Socially Hawkward 19. More active on Instagram, moderately active on Twitter. Facebook we have as well. Least active. Jason deals with it. His fault.
Just started dealing with it. And what do you do on Facebook, really?
You post stuff just like you do on Instagram or Twitter.
You just link stuff to your Instagram and Twitter. That's all.
We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts.
Oh, we're on YouTube now.
YouTube,
Hey.
That's the thing. Started last week. Working on getting the previous episodes uploaded. It's
Might even. Eventually, the goal is video.
Video, yes, we will soon. Once upon a time here, have video of our.
Once upon a time, that's
I don't
the past,
know.
bro.
Shut up. It's the end of the podcast. I got beat. We will have video eventually for YouTube, and when it comes down to it, one day, probably, I'm hoping for what would you say the next big NHL event? Draft or lottery? Well, what's bigger to you? I would say lottery.
No, I think the draft is bigger than the lottery.
Because draft though is just like, oh, is my team gonna? No, I'm saying lottery is like, oh, is my team doing that number one pick?
Yeah.
And then draft's like, oh, who's my team?
The lottery is one team is going to be really happy.
No,
the ref's going to be like,
nah.
The draft is everyone's going to be
the
either really
like,
happy
what
or
player
really...
do I not know? Did my team draft?
Yeah, the draft is going to be like, I need to look this guy up.
And what crazy
NHL
comparison is he not going to live up to?
How many people are going to be compared to Connor McDavid in this draft?
No, no one. No, the comparisons will be like the usual, like Bergeron and Kopitar will be like compared. Like those are two big ones.
Barkov will be a big one in this one, I bet you.
As underrated or as
Barkov,
top 5
Backstrom.
forward?
Those would be,
Which one?
those would be good comparisons.
But no, we plan on one day in the near future, hope one of those 2 events, maybe even possibly live streaming.
Yeah,
We'll see.
that's the goal.
We'll see. That is the goal. But yeah, let us know what you like, don't like. Bye.
Bye.